Hi. So, I did this thing, and it was the culmination of a few days of opportunities to become empowered if I chose to step out of my comfort zone. And I'm sharing that because I think that this is actually happening to a lot of people right now. It's interesting times and interesting energy. And so I'm sharing my experiences to give you kind of a heads up that if you look a little closer, you may discover that the universe is handing you opportunities. And you'll recognize them because they're going to make you a little bit uncomfortable. They're going to make you go, oh, I'm not sure I want to go there. I'm not sure I'm up to that. It might almost be like, la 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 la. Those kinds of opportunities. Not necessarily scary, but you might be weighing your options about whether you want to take it on or not. Growth, empowerment, it's worth it if you want to go there. But of course, it's up to you. Free will. So, me. If you've watched some of my videos, you'll know that one of them was about how I have been spiritually tested quite a bit. And a couple of the instances in that period of time made more sense with one of the things that has happened to me. First, though, I was watching a video from a reader that I like a lot, and she was addressing a comment that had been left on one of her other videos. The comment was rude, really, and judgmental. And just to summarize it, it was accusing the women who are in the spiritual arena on YouTube of not being authentic because they chose to get dolled up or looking nice and didn't just allow all their flaws to hang out. And she actually used the term prostitute. It was inflammatory, and it probably didn't even merit being made mention of, but the reader was very graciously trying to see that there might be a learning opportunity presented by it. Well, I couldn't not make a comment about the comment, and after I made it, I realized that it had some significance other than the obvious. It was something along the lines of how sad it is that someone thinks authenticity has anything to do with the appearance of the housing. Because, after all, we are spirit or soul inhabiting a physical form, not the other way around. It's not like the body says, hey, hop on in. It's all about me. Ego. I'll let you come along for the ride, but you know, I am the main actor here. It is the essence of us that kind of like is visiting a resort for a vacation of a lifetime. And when the resort closes down, i.e. we die, that essence of us lives on, and it will pick out yet another resort to visit the next time. Well, we've heard, maybe not that kind of kooky analogy before, but we've heard that before. It just kind of registered a little differently for me without me realizing why. And then the next couple things happened. So the next thing that happened was I have had this situation going on in my life that had become quite heavy because I felt like I was not being heard. But let's be honest, I was afraid really to voice my entire truth because I was hanging on to it so tightly. And I finally got to the point I thought, this is going to go on forever. This is something that is not good for me anymore because it's on my mind so much and in a heavy way. So I decided, whether it was ever accepted or even seen from the other side of this situation, I was going to finally speak my truth. I have to admit there was trepidation about sending it. But to get there, I had to be willing finally to surrender to what is meant to be, to let go. And that has been an extremely hard thing for me, to have decided for my own well-being, putting my own needs first, empowerment, was a big deal for me. And I don't know how it has been received. If it has been received, I don't know if anything will flow from it. But, oh my God, it was so empowering to have chosen myself first and to not worry about what the consequences might be, because I had to. I probably went way too long without doing it. But we get to these places when we're ready to deal with them. And the other thing was that as I watched the video after I made it, I hardly even recognized myself. It was such a flat affect. And it was almost like I was looking at someone else. The long-lost twin. Sister from another mother. It was so weird to see that was me. I listened to the words. I knew it was my truth. But the way I was presenting myself was very disturbing, really, and unfamiliar. And I realized that this is something I do out of protection in my everyday life, most likely. Kind of a shadow aspect that I just hadn't wanted to see. So it was eye-opening in that respect. And any time that we pull out a part of us that we have been ignoring and look with compassion and acceptance, that's definitely empowering. And why it made sense with the events of the past, because I had been presented with a couple of opportunities in recent months to get over my fear of repercussions, I never know, and to speak my truth. So it's also empowering when you realize that, maybe you feel like those puppet strings are being jerked, but it is for a reason. It does lead up to something that is for your highest good. Now, the hair. So, I had gotten some dog clippers for my old dog because he's very bushy and it's been hot, and I thought maybe he's old enough and mellow enough that he'll let me shave him. Well, not so much. So here I had these dog clippers, but no dog that was willing to sit still for them. And in these times, it's not that easy to go get your hair cut. So I thought maybe I'll just try a little trim. So I started at the back. And, the guards for dogs are apparently a little shorter than they might be for people. It was pretty short. And I realized I was going to have to go for the gusto, because I'd already taken off so much that it was going to be an absolute mess if I quit. However, I did quit because my ego kicked in. So I had the back shaved and the sides kind of shaved, but I had left the top. It looked bizarre, really, but my ego was saying, oh man, you're gonna look like a man. What the hell are you doing? When I recognized the fear that had popped up there about being judged, it made me look at my hair as a whole. Here's where we get to the story of Samson. So for the last 3 years, I have had all sorts of crazy colors until my hair quit taking the color. Then I went with bleaching. And really, I had no idea what my natural hair was going to look like in its graying state. I had to start analyzing why it was so hard for me to just go to natural. And realize that the crazy colors not only gave me something fun to look at in the mirror every day, but might be what I was using as a point of interest for people. That maybe I thought I had no personality and so had to liven myself up in that way. Well, you know, Samson had long hair that he associated with his strength. And I realized that my colors might be not my strength, but some kind of, how would I say this? I don't know. Bid for notice because I didn't think that on my own I had anything that would be noticeable. I guess that's the best way to put it. And all of a sudden I decided, damn, I'm going to take my ego on. Because the comment I had made on the video came to me very strongly then. We are not about this housing. This is just a temporary resort. And we're so fearful about judgment. And this commenter saying that we were not being authentic by doing makeup or hairstyles or nice clothes or whatever rubbed me so wrong, because that has nothing to do with being authentic. See, light bulb. Being authentic is allowing that essence, that spirit to come through. And a lot of times we're not even sure what that is until we start tearing away all this crap, the limiting beliefs, the ways we have seen ourselves from what was projected onto us. So I'm making these correlations, which may seem like no-brainers to you, but you know, I guess I'm a late bloomer, maybe. And I was like, why am I even worrying about what people think? Because this is not me. So it's like all of a sudden I realize that I can't do any harm, because the people that are going to be judging me on the appearance are not the people that are willing to see the real me anyway. And I guess I'm just at that stage where I'm ready to say, take me or leave me. Because I want to be me. And I'm getting closer and closer to realizing who that is. But the big closer move was to recognize it's my spirit, my essence. That's what makes me authentic and special. And it really doesn't matter what you do to decorate this housing. That doesn't take away from your authenticity. A lot of times it's just fun. Or maybe there is a learning opportunity sometimes for us when we realize how far we're going to impress people with this shell, to hide the real us inside. So, long ramble short, finally decided to go almost all the way. I left a little bit of bangs, but everything else is extremely short. It is buzzed down. And as I was shaving, I was looking in the mirror and telling myself that the beauty about me had nothing to do with my hair or anything else that I was seeing in the mirror. It really was extremely empowering. And I have to say, feels damn good. Just, it's soft, and think of what I'm going to save on hair color and shampoo and conditioner. I mean, it's a good thing. It doesn't change who I am inside. I need to quit looking in the mirror and deciding that there's something that could be judged unfavorably. And if I encounter people that share with me that they don't care for it, that is their opinion after all, but it does tell me about whether they belong in my life or not. So I don't know if there is anything of use to glean for you here. But I wanted to share how I linked this to Samson. And I did have to look up the story. Because, I've learned these Bible stories in the past, but I haven't retained them mainly because I have examined them in a different way and I just think differently about them than I did. So Samson met this gal named Delilah. And I didn't go fully into the story, but at some point, his hair was cut. His hair that he associated with his strength. And it was all over for him because of the association he had made. Now, if Samson had been allowed to explore a little bit, he would have realized that his strength had nothing to do with his hair. And neither does my authenticity or yours. So decorate your resort in whatever way you feel like. And if people don't like it, you do have middle fingers that can be employed. Or you can just let it go. But it does reflect on them and not on you. Would you let someone come into your house and criticize how you decorated it? I hope not. If you would, maybe rethink that one. It's your house. It's your domain. This is your domain also. But don't let anyone tell you that you're too old to do this, or you're too young to do that, or you're too fat to wear this or that. It's your resort. You decorate it any damn way you want to. And realize that none of it has anything to do with the authentic you. You can change it every day, every hour, every minute, if that's possible. And you're still going to be you, your essence, your spirit. And when this resort gets blown down by a hurricane or closed down by a bad economy, it's not going to be devastation because you're just going to move on to the next resort. I know, I'm kind of goofy. I just share these things as they come. And I hope you are having a wonderful day, evening, morning, coffee break, smoke break, cocktail, whatever it is you're doing at the moment. Thank you for coming by, and if you have any comments, I would love to read them. Take care. Bye.